Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp. Good afternoon and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium on a sorta nice day. A gray lady day out there, spitting a little rain, but that's all right, we're inside. Unlike Charles Douglas and the crew who will be covering another baseball game, they take on Cape Cod Tech as we spring it into action here with a double simulcast back-to-back days here. Happy to have you along here on the NSC on the tube anywhere you are in the world, and of course locally here on channel 1072. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports here on the NSC and NCTV, alongside Sean Davis, who will be your eyes on the field here this afternoon. The Whalers won their first game of the season off island. A great win, actually, a come-from-behind win, 10-9 over the Nauset Warriors. Monomoy 1-1 on the season after a couple of games. They lost their opener to Mashpee and came back to defeat Bourne just last night. 19-7 was the final score. Let's get to our game preview here in a moment, but before that, I do want to take a second here and thank our founding underwriter for the sports on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcasts. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering, it just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Lady Whalers and the Monomoy Sharks continue their pregame preparations. Nantucket now embracing a new era of women's lacrosse here as new head coach Kelly Brown takes over for longtime coach and who will probably go down as one of the greatest coaches to ever own a clipboard, Jami Lower, who had an incredible run as the head coach here of the girls program, put it on the map, and then took it to the stratosphere as she rode the talents of her incredible daughters, both Bailey Lower and Mason Lower, who graduated last year, and obviously we're following Bailey and her accolades at the University of Vanderbilt. Unbelievable what they were able to accomplish. Saw multiple Elite Eight playoff runs, a Final Four appearance, first undefeated regular season, and multiple league championships. So a couple of banners up on the walls that will stay there forever. So again, we send one more congratulations to Coach Lower and her new endeavors, and wish her all the best. And she has certainly left the Whalers lacrosse program in very good hands here. Coach Brown inherits another talented group. They did not all graduate last year, so she's definitely got some experienced players, hungry underclass athletes as well, awaiting their turn, and they will contribute both on the offensive side of things and the defensive side. That talent was certainly on full display right out of the gate, as that first game that they had off island against Nauset showed that they have not only talent but resilience. They were down 3-0 early on, and it is a tough sport, lacrosse, especially the girls game, to come back from a deficit of 3 or more goals, and the Whalers did just that as Ella Douglas, the Whalers netminder, overcame some early on jitters or whatever you want to call it, but she settled in nicely and played tall and strong and allowed the offense to kind of find its rhythm, and they did so behind Dylan Damian, who led the Whalers attack with 3 goals. The Whalers had a balanced offensive attack as well. They had 6 goal scorers in the 10-9 victory, and again, Ella came up huge towards the end of the game with a couple of incredible saves that solidified that 10-9 win. And today they will face a Sharks team that they defeated twice last year. Although Monomoy did make the playoffs, the Whalers were able to defeat them 14-6 here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, in addition to a win off island. For Monomoy, they did have a Division IV playoff appearance a year ago. That was cut short by North Reading, who ousted them in the first round. For head coach Brendan Purcell, he will lean on 5 seniors to get them back into the tournament here this season. Notable returners are the Gabry twins, Megan and Lauren. Also, fellow seniors Abriel Long, who is a bona fide scorer. She is a 150-point plateau as a junior already. Testa Grudzicki and Natalie Sims, also seniors, will need to put their names on the board here for Coach Purcell's team to come out with a win today. They are 1-1 on the young season. As we mentioned, they defeated Bourne yesterday, scoring 19 goals. So certainly offensive power there. So the Whalers will have to bring their defensive A game for sure. This should be a very competitive game. On paper, it looks like they match up very well. Both teams certainly could have an impact in the league as far as a championship. No like bona fide elite team this year, with the exception of Sandwich in our Cape and Islands area. But other than that, it could be a matchup that we see these two teams making the postseason in the Division IV tournament. So lots to play for here today as we get things going here. We're going to take one more quick break as the Whalers and the Sharks will get their stick checks, and we'll be back with the opening draw here on the NSC and NCTV from a dreary kind of day here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Hopefully our Whalers can lighten things up here and get it going here. We'll be right back here from Vito Capizzo Stadium with the opening draw.
He's got it! He's got it! Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence. Jumping in and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the final few stick checks are in place. We've got 12 minutes on the clock. 4 periods we will play, so 48 minutes of lacrosse coming up here as the girls have their home opener here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. We will have all the home games and hopefully a couple off island, if you know what I mean, perhaps a playoff run indeed. And of course, if you are jumping on the YouTube on the NSC Nantucket Sports Connection, you can jump off and check out the baseball game. Charles Douglas and the crew are over there watching the boys, who are 2-1 on the season. They won yesterday in a rout. 11-0 was the final. So a mercy rule yesterday. Got to be first one that I've seen in modern Whalers action. So congratulations to Coach Pearson. Good luck today as the boys look to make it 2 in a row and move their record to 3-1. It will be a tough one today, no doubt about it, as the Cape and Islands is full of good quality baseball teams, just good athletes in our league, no doubt about it. All the sports tend to be very competitive across the board. Girls lacrosse, no doubt. And of course, we saw the boys in action yesterday. They took care of business in convincing fashion. Probably could have been more lopsided if they wanted it to be, but 17-0 was the final for Coach Aloisi and the crew. And that was without Aaron Hanlon. So you know the firepower is definitely there for this Whalers boys lacrosse team as they look to make another run here at a state title. You know they won it in 2024, Final Four appearance last year. So good things continue to happen here in the spring. As we can see, the Whalers and Sharks have now taken the field. It'll be Ella Douglas in net for the Whalers. And we'll see what number we got over in net for the Sharks. I can't quite make it out on the front there. Maybe Sean can help me out with a number on in net for the Sharks. Goody. Yeah. All right, Whalers Nation, we are underway. Home opener for the Whalers, and they will control the first possession. Louisa Benny, who had a phenomenal breakout year as a freshman, will get lots of opportunities on the offensive side of things for Nantucket. Good activity early on as the Sharks settle into their zone defense. Whalers kind of working it around here. Dylan Damian wearing the sweats today, number 21. She led the Whalers attack again with 3 goals against Nauset. There's Damian inside, activity off the stick. And it'll be a whistle inside that 12 meter. We'll see if it's an 8 or a 12 here. Could be a free run on net here for Rowan Paul. A run in from the 8's. Tough angle here. Let's see what Whalers can come up with. Looking for a pass. Goes all the way through. And a loose ball scooped up nicely by the Monomoy Sharks defender. And a good pass up to number 12. That's Abigail Long. They're going to have to keep an eye on her. That was Tessa Grzycki. And a whistle on the Whalers. And here comes Long. She wears that captain's tote and errant pass. Ball down, and the Whalers scoop it up. And we'll continue on transition here. Quinn Canty. Tough pass to handle by Rowan Paul, but she scoops it right off the ground and is on the run. Nice catch on the run. And Damian unable to come up with it. Ball settles in on the grass, and Damian's able to scoop it. Whalers on the attack once again. Just underway here as Damian makes a move all the way through. Low shot. Scores! Snuck through as Dylan Damian finds the net. And the Whalers jump on top 1-0 with 9:47 to go here in the first quarter. Good individual effort after running down that loose ball. She scooped it up and made her way through the Monomoy defenders. And Dylan Damian picks up right where she left off in the game against Nauset, the first game of the season. And Quinn Canty in the X here. Three-sport athlete. And flipped ahead. Looks like Monomoy will get the draw this time. As again, Long on the run. She is the most potent of scorers for the Sharks. Here's a move. And whistle inside the 12s, but outside of the 8, so it'll be a run in from the 12s. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Grudzicki scooping up the ball. This is Long here, in from the 8s. Pass is tipped, and Douglas handles it easily. Good job on defense there by the Whalers. Once again, no shot on goal, as Douglas was able to scoop the pass. Here's Maya Johnson up ahead. Whalers keep going. Rowan Paul on the run. Whalers in transition, loses it. And good box out there by the Sharks, but scooped up. Louisa Benny picks up the ground ball and keeps the possession for the Whalers. And an errant pass there by Dylan Damian. So the Whalers turn it over with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left here on the clock. Clock continues to run. Here's good pressure on the defensive side of things by Nantucket. Oh, just as the ball went out of bounds, the whistle stops play, but good job by the Whalers. Here's a double team. And Monomoy keeps possession here. Bad pass, ball down. Scooped up by Grudzicki, and she takes a hit. That will stop the clock. And hope she is okay. She's up to her sitting up, but she took a pretty good shot there. Looked like her stick was able to catch most of it, but that could be a penalty here. Yellow card on Alex Weisentanner. So Whalers will have to be careful with her, as if she gets another yellow card, they will have to play the rest of the game with short a player. So 2 minutes on the clock here. The Whalers down a defender. Ooh, nearly intercepted. Monomoy on the run here. Ball down. Oh, and another whistle will give, I believe, that's Eleanor Corey, number 17, pass back. And Monomoy gets it set up here, run in, shot, save made by Douglas. Ball still loose, and the Whalers scoop. Whistle will stop play here momentarily. We'll see what the explanation is. Looks like the Whalers are getting the ball here. And they could, it would be wise to use a little bit of clock here, down a player. Good run by Grace Hanlon, just outrunning the way Monomoy defenders, and she will clear it all the way into the offensive end. Again, the Whalers down a person here for another 59 seconds. Here's an opportunity in front. Good defense by the Sharks, and that'll be Monomoy ball. Still 50 seconds left on their player advantage. Sophia Sullivan able to get to it, however, for the Whalers. And Maya Johnson scoops near midfield, avoids a defender. And the Whalers continue and down under 30 seconds on the man up. For Monomoy, Whalers with the possession. Here's a run in, good pass inside. Oh, just off the stick. Grzycki able to weave her way through a couple of defenders. Good move there. Passes over the head, however, of the Monomoy player. I believe that was number 14, Eliana Graham. And the Whalers do a good job on the penalty kill. Actually controlled more of the possession than Monomoy did, despite being a player down. And here's a good run. Good defense, though. And another aggressive play there. Draws a whistle as Grzycki will get to put it in play here. Avoids a couple of Whalers and loses it, but a whistle will give it back to the Sharks. Grzycki with a pass up front, up top. Ball down, but scooped up by Amanda McIsaac. Sharks get it set up here. Good denial and pass deflected. And Monomoy gets called. Maya Johnson guilty of a stick infraction. Here's another shot. And scored. Looked like it snuck in beside Ella Douglas. Did not cross over that line much, but looked like Abriel Long was able to score to even it up with 4:54 to go here in the first. Timeout called, I believe, by the Whalers. So we'll take a quick timeout here on the NSC and NCTV. Come back. 4:54 left here in the first period, first quarter, tied at 1.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Tied at 1 as Abriel Long was able to find the net for the Monomoy Sharks. Carly Ray in the X for the Whalers here against Grzycki. As it begins to spit a little rain here over at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Baseball also in action over on the Bacchus Lane fields. They are already up 3-0, and the Whalers, good job on the X here, on the run here as they advance into the offensive end. Good pass. Here's Damian with a shot. Save made. Again, tied at 1 here. Ball down. Scooped up by number 20. That's Caroline Haddon, another pass deflected by the Whalers defense. And the Whalers get a stick cover, so they will gain possession here. Here's Louisa Benny. As the Whalers work it around, loose ball. And here's Benny. Whalers working it around the perimeter of that 12-meter. Second opportunity on this possession as the clock moves under 4 minutes to play. We are tied at 1 here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Happy to have you along here. Game number 2 for the Whalers. Here's some movement. Good pass, good catch. Ball down. Damian able to scoop it over. Here's another shot. Score! I believe that was Rowan Paul with the goal. There was a melee in front of the goal. Dylan Damian was able to save the possession. And I believe it was Rowan Paul, number 20 for the Whalers, who was able to catch it and go top shelf to find the net. With 3:28 left here in the first, Whalers now back up 1. Grace Hanlon trying to run it down. She does so and gains another possession for the Whalers. She runs in behind the defense. Shot, save made down on the ground and controlled by Monomoy. Good run by Grace Hanlon there. Dylan Damian near steal. Ball down. Again, good aggressive pressure applied. Sharks able to get it across. Oh, just a bit too much on the hands. As McIsaac was able to save it. Off the stick, that's going to roll through and scooped up. Whalers on the attack. Here's Quinn Canty. She stays on the outside. Awaits a couple of friends. And here's Benny. Lisa Benny coming off a fantastic freshman year. Behind the net. Whalers able to work it around. Skip pass. And here's Hanlon. Canty looking to make a move. Does so to the right side. Unable to get a clean shot, but finds the side of the net. Really close to that post. Nearly found its way into the net. Down under 2 minutes. Deep pass will find the ground as Abriel Long tries to scoop it off the grass and does so. Long over to McIsaac. McIsaac has some space into the offensive end. Inside the 12s, pass goes through. Whalers hustle to it. Maya Johnson wins it, and she will sprint behind the net. Looking for an angle and some space. She finds it. Definitely one of the Whalers' best overall athletes, Maya Johnson. Incredible swimming career. Pass inside. Here's Dylan Damian. Shot, scores! Whistle denies it, however. She will get a free run from the 8s here as Damian found the net simultaneously as the whistle went off, but it will be Dylan Damian with a run in from the center of the 8-meter. Running in, point blank shot, scores! Dylan Damian, no chance for the goaltender there. Point blank shot, and the Whalers move ahead by 2 here, 3-1 our score, as Dylan Damian has notched 2 already. Great job by the Whalers defense there as Maya Johnson able to force the turnover deep inside the Sharks offensive end, and she ran it nearly all the way to midfield and was able to find Dylan Damian eventually, who netted one literally as the whistle blew, and she took advantage of the 8-meter free run, and scored the Whalers' third goal of the game. Tipped ahead by Grzycki, and it will be Sharks' ball. Oh no, Monomoy guilty of the infraction. Looked like it was called against the Whalers, and here's a free run into the offensive end by the Whalers. Good job on possessions here for Nantucket in the first quarter. We're down to the final 20 seconds. Let's see if they've got some late quarter magic here. 15 seconds. Here's a run in by Canty. Pass in front. Benny with a shot. Save made. Nice job by the Sharks goaltender there. Pass deflected by Dylan Damian. 5 seconds to go. Not sure if they're going to get a shot off. 2 seconds. 1 and final seconds will run off the clock here in the first quarter. Whalers notched 3 goals, 2 of them by Dylan Damian, and I believe Rowan Paul credited for the third goal. Abriel Long found the net for the Sharks. We'll be right back here with the second quarter. Whalers up 3-1.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome you back to live action here. As you can see, we've just broken the huddles here for the second quarter of play. Whalers notched 3 goals behind Dylan Damian's 2 scores, and they lead 3-1 after the first quarter. A couple of good saves, including one right at the last second by the Monomoy goalie. I do not have 45 on my roster, so I'm going to try and find out who the Monomoy goaltender is. So I apologize to you Sharks fans out there expecting to find that name. 45 is not on my roster. Nonetheless, she made a couple of good saves as the Whalers were able to control the possessions, ultimately finding a few more shots than the Sharks. Ella Douglas allowed just the 1 goal, and it was an iffy goal, just barely creeped over the line there by Abriel Long. Whalers defense solid in that first 12 minutes, forcing a few turnovers by the Sharks. They're going to redo the draw here, as I believe that's Louisa Benny there. Grzycki for the Sharks as it goes backwards. Grace Hanlon able to get it. Infraction on Monomoy, and Hanlon sprints it into the offensive end here. And the Whalers look to add to their 3-1 lead. And Monomoy in a zone-style defense. as the Whalers are able to work it around the perimeter just outside that 12-meter. Monomoy packing it in, although there is a little bit of room for some cuts to be made through. There's a cut through, nicely done. Another cut, passed over the head of Louisa Benny that time, and Whalers fortunate there, able to get it. Madden Myers able to save it for the Whalers in that midfield area. Here's Hanlon, avoids one. Over to Damian. Benny behind the net. A very familiar place where she was posted up a lot of last year in the offensive set. Here's a move made. Whizzing shot, save made. Good shot there, though. And that's a ground ball pass that will be scooped up by Amanda McIsaac. Not a good play there, and a turnover along the sidelines. Actually, an infraction called on the Whalers. Quinn Canty before that. And here's McIsaac along that far sideline. Good defense. Oh, looked like that was a clean play there, but whistle stops the action as the Sharks gain the offensive end. No, great steal by Maya Johnson. Stick in the right place, and she will sprint it ahead. And the Whalers have numbers here. Maya Johnson into the offensive end, makes a move. Circles around the back of the net. Inside. And here's Dylan Damian off her stick momentarily, as Johnson will stay in on the offensive side of things. Johnson making a move at the 8. Good defensive play there to jar it loose, but Johnson able to get to it. Johnson will now step back into her normal offensive or defensive position, and an errant pass will give it back over to the Sharks as we see a little bit more rain coming down here. Still just sprinkles. Good job by Quinn Canty, forcing the turnover. Inside, oh, just beyond the stick of Dylan Damian. Grace Schroeder with a nice pass. And pass was tipped there, but good job by Grudzicki to stay with it. Or Abriel Long, I should say, number 12. She'll sprint it ahead and try and make a move on Maya Johnson. Good luck there. She does find an angle. Johnson able to get to it. Shot in front, deflected, and a whistle will stop play. Looks like a dangerous pass called on the Sharks, so it'll be Whaler ball here, perhaps? Let's see. Looks like Grudzicki is going to scoop it up here and have an opportunity from the 8 for the Sharks. A lot of explanation there for the players there, but it is Grudzicki. Lined up, ready to sprint in on Ella Douglas. Clock continues to run under 8 minutes. Shot, scores. Tessa Grudzicki finds the net for the Sharks, and they pull back to within 1 at 3-2, taking advantage of the 8. 3-0 is the score over at the Bacchus Fields, as the Whalers put up 3 in the first. They're now in the bottom half of the second inning, with the Whalers still coming up to bat, as we have another simulcast where, hey, why not? Let's do it. 2 days of home openers, and we're ready to go here with simulcasting a couple of games. Whalers able to gain the possession off the draw. Pass intercepted. Dylan Damian with an errant pass. Ball still down, and she will get called for the slash there. And continuing with it is Natalie Sims, number 6 for the Sharks. Good defense, aggressive defense by the Whalers, forcing a ground ball, and scooped up by the Whalers. Here's Quinn Canty on the run. 4-on-4 now. The Whalers will get it set up here. And here's Dylan Damian. Six minutes, 30 seconds left here in the second. 3-2 the game. We knew this was going to be a tightly contested affair between these two talented teams. And Grudzicki comes out with it. And she'll scoop it and keep possession. Grudzicki scored the second goal just moments ago for the Sharks. Good job by the Whalers pressuring that transition. Harley Ray getting in the mix here. And tough pass there off the stick of Abriel Long. She recovers. She sends it along over to McIsaac. Top of that 12-meter. And ball down. Won't quite make it to Dylan Damian, although she was able to jar it loose momentarily, and now Dylan Damian on the run across midfield. And Monomoy wins the possession back on an infraction. And another steal. Here's Quinn Canty with some thievery. She'll make a move. Loses it. Able to scoop it up and gain back the possession. Some darker clouds moving in the area. We'll see if they have any precipitation. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't started raining already. The radar looked pretty green and blue when I was heading to the game here, but we've been pretty lucky so far. Of course, I've just broadcaster jinxed us. Here's Damian, makes a move to the right side, underhanded, gets an angle and shoots and scores. Dylan Damian with a hat trick here in the first half, and the Whalers go up 4-2 with 4:34 left here in the first half. Great job by Dylan Damian, just sprinting through the middle of that defensive zone, found her angle, and was able to do a sidearm shot past the Monomoy netminder for the 4th goal. She's got 3 of the tallies herself and is immediately making herself an offensive presence for head coach Kelly Brown in just her 2nd game at the helm of the Whalers Girls Varsity Lacrosse program. Grace Hanlon on the run, sprinting into the zone, makes a move to the right side and unable to get a good angle, so she'll back it out here and makes a move again. Low shot, scores! Grace Hanlon with a great individual effort as the Whalers put up 2 goals in a matter of 21 seconds to get that lead to 3 goals at 5-2. Great individual effort by number 4 as she finds the net for the first time this afternoon. And the 5-2 lead represents the largest lead of the afternoon for the Whalers with 3-goal advantage. And again, Coach Kelly Brown rotating players in on the draw. Grudzicki for the Sharks, and the Sharks win it, but jarred away. Nicely done. Good pass up to Dylan Damian. Benny finishing off the offensive side of things. Nice pass just off the stick. as the Sharks will take over possession on the errant pass. And pass well over the head. That might go out of bounds and turnover on Monomoy. Tough pass there. As Eleanor Corey sent one flying well beyond her players. Here's Alex Weisentanner. Finley up. Good defense, but Rowan Paul sprinting in, makes a move. Couple of good moves, but unable to get a shot off. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Whalers with a 5-2 lead. And you are watching Whalers Athletics here on the NSC and NCTV. Happy to have you along here. First home game for the Whalers Girls Lacrosse team. Boys took care of business yesterday against these same Sharks, winning 17-0. They did not give up a shot on goal. It was a dominant defensive performance. There's a pass inside. Benny unable to handle it cleanly, so she backs it out. Gives the Whalers another offensive opportunity. Damian's already scored 3 times. Here's Benny in motion. Shot score. Great pass by Dylan Damian on the move. Benny with one motion able to net it. And the Whalers extend the lead to 6-2 now with just 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Again, the Whalers have dominated possession here in the first half, giving up just 2 goals. One from Grudzicki from the 8, and Abriel Long had a great individual effort to score the first goal for the Sharks. But 3 goals from Dylan Damian, single tallies from Grace Hanlon, Rowan Paul, and Louisa Benny, giving the Whalers a 6-2 advantage here in the final couple minutes here left in the first half. Heading towards the Whalers bench. Scooped up by number 8, Hadley Dubis. We'll go with Dubis. She makes a move around the Whalers defense, trying to find an angle, unable to get to it. Pass or shot was deflected, but Sharks able to retain possession. Back outside the 12s. Here's Grudzicki. She makes a move, gets an advantage, and will draw a whistle. She'll have a free run from an 8. We'll see if Ella Douglas can come up big here for the Whalers and keep it a 6-2 advantage. Minute 30 and counting here in the first half. Rain becoming a little more steady, but still, I would consider it a drizzle. Well, upgraded from a trickle to a drizzle. How's that? Grudzicki sprints in, unable to get it clean. Looking, Douglas was able to get a piece of it, and the Whalers run it down. Great job by the Whalers defense, specifically Ella Douglas. Carly Ray able to retain. Oh, they called it out of bounds before she got checked. And here's Abriel Long on the run, continues to play. Shot, save made by Ella Douglas on a point-blank shot from Abriel Long. Great job by Ella Douglas. Here's a great run by Weisentanner. Whalers showing off their skills here. Ella Douglas coming up big in net. See if the Whalers got some late first half magic here, under 30 seconds to go. Here's Damian. She'll look to make something happen. Runs through a couple. No whistle there. I was going to say, that's got to be something. Should be a run in from the 12s, but the clock is running here down to 10 seconds. Going to have to, they're going to stop the clock here and give her an opportunity to run. Look like about 10 seconds. About 10 seconds is 12 seconds. Let's go with that. Good job by the referees here to adjust the clock back to give the Whalers an opportunity here at the waning moments. Weisentanner in from the 8s. Or, excuse me, Damian running in. Shot, deflected wide. Good job by the Monomoy defense, and that will do it for the first half as the clock will run out on the Whalers. But they put up 6 goals here in the first half and hold a 6-2 lead. We'll be back with second half of action. We'll check out the baseball score real quick. 5-0 the score now. So the Whalers well on their way to another victory over on the baseball diamond. Right now it's a 6-2 advantage. We've got 24 minutes left on the clock here, though, so come on back. We've got second half action. Whalers up 6-2.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by MIAA, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MIAALaw.com to learn how MIAA can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler! 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. We've got 12 minutes on the clock, third quarter of action coming up here as a very quick halftime clock ran out. The Whalers hold a 6-2 lead here in their home opener. They're looking to move 2-0 on the season after a come-from-behind win against Nauset. It's going to have to be the Sharks if come from behind here if they're going to do some second half magic here. Whalers behind 3 goals from Dylan Damian. Have a 4-goal lead, but it is the Whalers defense that has been the story. Ella Douglas has been fantastic in net, and Maya Johnson's been all over the place on the defensive side of things. Single tallies by Grace Hanlon, Rowan Paul. I hope that second goal is what I'm still looking for confirmation on, and Louisa Benny with a goal as well for the Whalers. Here's Godzicki the other way for the Sharks. She sprints inside the 8s, but is denied, so she'll back it out. Little stutter step, she's got some space. Whalers converge, and Godzicki finds the net just past Douglas's stick. to make it a 6-3 game, just 29 seconds into the third quarter. So for Coach Brendan Purcell, he's got to be happy with the energy coming out of the half here as they immediately turn a loose ball into a goal and pull back to within 3. And very tough to come back in the game of lacrosse, as possessions are key. And if you're able to possess the ball, you not only have a chance to score, but you deny the other team a chance to come back. And here's Hanlon as the Whalers set up their first offensive possession here in the second half. They had their largest lead of the game heading into the second half here at 6-2. Game was tied at 1, then the Whalers went up 3-1. Monomoy made it a 3-2 game, and the Whalers scored 3 consecutive before Gradzicki broke that streak of goals with a goal just 29 seconds into the second half here. The Whalers doing a good job here of working it around the perimeter. Couple of cuts through. Here's a run. Good move. Lost the ball. Hanlon lost it, but Whalers are there. Tough pass. Whalers are there. Good job by Grace Hanlon to save the possession here. Canty gives it up. Good activity by the Whalers. Good cuts as they make the Sharks operate out of their zone. Here's Dylan Damian, who runs in, got space, cannot give her space. Dylan Damian finds the net for the 4th time here this afternoon, and she just is on fire. That low shot for her is lethal, and the Whalers extend the lead back up to that 4-goal advantage at 7-3. Dylan Damian coming off a 3-goal performance against Nauset. Already has 4 here with tons of time left here in the second half. And thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. Happy to have you along here as we continue our spring sports schedule, a double dip. We got the baseball team in action over in Bacchus Lane, bottom of the 3rd. It's now 5-0 Whalers are up. You can jump over to the other selection on the NSC on YouTube as the Whalers pick up another draw win. And here's Damian. She'll jog it up to the 12s and let the Whalers get their offense set up here. And the Whalers doing a good job of extending possessions here, shortening the game a little bit with the lead. And here's Damian once again. She's looking to assert herself. She's got space, fires it in, save made. Ball is down. And finally a whistle as a couple of players are down in what could very quickly be some mud. But Monomoy awarded the possession. Good pressure on the transition. Pass is tipped. Intercepted by Hanlon momentarily. She loses it. And Canty whistled. And another whistle will stop it as the Whalers continue the pressure on Gradzicki, but she will scoop it up and they'll replace her back. As again, Whalers with some good pressure even on the pass. Here's McIsaac as she will settle into the Monomoy offense and try and get something going. Man-to-man on defense here by the Whalers, and they extend it back outside that 12. Here's Gradzicki. This is a tough one-on-one matchup. Hanlon stays with, Shot, save made by Douglas. She got a piece of it. Monomoy retains possession, however. Here's Grudzicki behind the net. Picked up by Maya Johnson. Abriel Long, another 100-plus point scorer. Good defense by the Whalers there. Intercepted by the Whalers, and again, the defense holds. Sprinting ahead are the Whalers. Approaching 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Dylan Damian. Again, a steadier rain now coming down on the field. And back outside to Damian. Whalers get their offense set up. Benny behind the net. Swings it as the Whalers get touches all about. Here's Damian cutting through, sets up a pick. Little give and go, shot, and a whistle will stop play. Looks like another free run at the 8. Grace Hanlon on the run. She's got a straight on look from the 8s. Shot just wide of the net. Whalers are back there to recover it. Nicely done as they stay on the attack. Good shot, just missed the net from Grace Hanlon. Whalers have another opportunity. Here's Canty. Good cut. Good defensive reaction by the Sharks. Here's Damian. She's just runs through that defense and scores another goal. Didn't look like she got much on the shot, but it was enough in that corner, perfectly placed. She's got 5 goals on the game, and the lead is now 5. 8-3. Now the Whalers with the lead with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third. So after the Sharks respond out of the halftime with a goal 20 seconds into the second half, the Whalers have tallied 2 more here to pad that lead back up to a 5-goal advantage with 5:40 to play. And that wave of dark clouds continues to move by. It is definitely a steady drizzle here as Hanlon gives the Whalers another possession. Good catch by Dylan Damian. But the Whalers have also done a very good job of shortening the game by keeping possession of the ball. Not looking to necessarily pad that lead, but here's a little give and go. Benny looking for another pass. Here's Dylan Damian. She's got space and buries the shot. Just no chance for the Monomoy netminder. As Dylan Damian asserting herself here this afternoon, she's got 6 tallies. Again, another good pass from Louisa Benny to find Dylan Damian on the run, and Damian is able to power her way to another goal. Again, Benny in against Grudzicki here on the draw. Scrum continuing as the Sharks able to grab it. McIsaac looking for Grudzicki, finds her. She's got Long as well, cut off nicely by the Whalers. Pass goes inside, here's Long, shot goes wide. Sharks are back there to retain the possession. Clock continues to run, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Pass off the stick momentarily. Pass tipped by Maya Johnson. Great play on defense. Shrugs off a little smack to the face. And now we'll look ahead. Rowan Paul, number 20, on the run. gains the zone. The Whalers turning defense into offense very quickly. And now we'll get it set up. 6-goal advantage, the largest of the afternoon, 9-3 our score. And a rainy April Fool's Day. No fooling around here by the Whalers. Shot denied, but a whistle will put it at the 8. In. Shot, save made. Nice foot save. Kick, save, and a beauty by the Sharks. Goalie denies the Whalers goal number 10, but the Whalers retain possession here. Here's Hanlon. As the Whalers swing it around. Cut in by Hanlon, and here's Dylan Damian. She's got it on the run. She's scored 5 already. Save made. 2 in a row by the Sharks netminder. And Damian has it at the top of the 12s. Down to 2 minutes to play here in the third. Again, Whalers up 9-3. Benny. Good cut through. Hanlon will back it back out. Good communication by the Monomoy defense as the Whalers keep the offensive motion going. And continue to hold possession. Again, just narrowing the game down as we're under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Louisa Benny finds a crease and scores her second one of the game. And the lead is now 10-3 Whalers, extending that advantage to 7 goals now as Coach Purcell trying to get his girls some energy from the bench, but it has been a dominant offensive performance here once again as the Whalers put up 10 goals for the second straight game. There's still another quarter to play here. As impressive as that win off island against Nauset was, the offensive firepower of the Whalers coming into play here as Louisa Benny scores her second and wins the draw as she will sprint it into the offensive end. Just a sophomore as well. Louisa Benny had a fantastic freshman year. A team that made another run with a Sweet 16. Tough pass, good job by the Monomoy defense, but Hanlon able to handle it. She sprints in, got some room, shot, scores again. Grace Hanlon as the Whalers are pouring it on here in this third quarter. They've scored 5 to take an 11-3 lead. Again, Monomoy pulled back to within 6-3 just seconds into that second half into the third quarter, but the Whalers have scored 5 straight goals to give them a little breathing room here heading into the fourth quarter. Just a minute left in this third quarter as we are coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Again, Louisa Benny doing a good job in the center of that circle. Grace Hanlon scoops it, and the Whalers have another possession. They can use all the clock here in a situational time of the game. Under a minute to play inside of a quarter. 40 seconds to play now. See if Nantucket can come up with another goal to pad that lead. Down to 30 seconds. Good run in powering through and drawing a whistle. But apparently called too aggressive on offense. Rudzicki trying to beat the clock here. Down to 20 seconds, but the Sharks turn it over. Weisentanner will run over and scoop it up to put it in play for the Whalers. Down to 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. See if they can get a shot off here. Hanlon makes a move to avoid one. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds. 3. Shot. Unable to score. Great save as the horn blows. The goaltender didn't know where the ball was, but fortunately she got enough of it. As we will head to the fourth quarter of play, the Whalers have padded their lead and now lead 11-3, an 8-goal advantage. We'll be back here at Vito Capizo Stadium. We got 12 minutes to play. Stay with us. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
When you add resilient gardens to your outdoor spaces, you contribute to the long-term well-being of the island. Introduce yourself to the Nantucket Footprints virtual garden tours and find inspiration to cultivate biodiversity. The first tour of a native meadow, curated by the Nantucket Conservation Foundation, is now available for free at nantucketfootprints.org.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizo Stadium. All set to go. Fourth quarter of play here. Whalers in control now, up 11-3. They were up 6-2 at the half. Monomoy scored a goal within moments after the halftime ended, and the Whalers responded nicely as Dylan Damian has asserted herself offensively. She's now got 6 goals. She scored 3 times in that quarter, along with Luisa Benny, as the Whalers have opened it up a little bit here and now possess an 8-goal lead at 11-3. They have dominated the possessions, and that has translated into an 8-goal advantage. Ella Douglas has played solid in the net, along with the Sharks goaltender. Again, I apologize to the Monomoy fans. I do not have a number 45 on my roster, so I'm not exactly sure who that player is, but she's come up with a couple of big saves. This could be an even more lopsided score if not for her good plays and a couple of great saves, including one right at the end of the third quarter. Benny battling, and the Whalers come away with another possession to begin the fourth quarter. Attacking from the right to left on your screen. Good job by number 17, Eleanor Corey, to gain possession. Let's see if the Whalers can do something in transition to gain the ball back. Ball is down, and Whalers gain it. Rudzicki whistled for the infraction that time. Here's Hanlon. Gets it over to Damian. She has been the offensive firepower for Nantucket here today with 6 goals so far. She makes a cut in. She's got space. Unable to find her. Here's Benny. As the Whalers work it around the perimeter. Another good cut. No, nice pass. Great pass. Wow, what a nice goal. Louisa Benny, the beneficiary of an absolute beauty of a pass. She cut through, and the Whalers are able to extend that lead now to 12-3, just a couple minutes into the fourth quarter, and look to be on their way to win number 2 for head coach Kelly Brown. And Louisa Benny will win on an infraction on the draw. And here's Hanlon. She'll gain the zone. Trade spots with Dylan Damian. Plenty of room for her if she wanted to go at it, but she passes it up as the Whalers will again use a little clock here with a 9-goal advantage. Hanlon and Rowan Paul change places. Paul makes a move. Oh, avoids one nicely. Shot. Denied. Whalers back it out. There's Paul once again. Gets a screen this time now. Weaves her way. Spin move. Down on the ground. No whistle. And scooped up by Grudzicki, who an athletic move to avoid defenders, as she will keep possession here and look to make a move and try and clear all by herself along the sideline right in front of the Whalers bench. Grudzicki in a foot race with Grace Hanlon. And the Whalers jar it loose after a full field run by Grudzicki. Eisentanner with a long run behind the net. Finally gets a little break from Avery Long and gives it up to Maya Johnson. There's no stranger to running the entire field as well. She crosses midfield and finally gives it up. Here's Quinn Canty. Canty will send it back up for Hanlon to get the Whalers offensive set. Dylan Damian avoids a couple. Scooped up by Paul. She makes a spin move. And will use some more clock wisely as the Whalers already up 9 goals at 12-3 as we approach 8 minutes to play here in the fourth. Good job by the Sharks defense. Here's Hanlon one-on-one. Makes a move to her right, gets poked in the face, and that's going to be a card as clock will stop with 8:04 to play. Yellow card on the Sharks. So 2 minutes for a hit to the face. So the Whalers will have a run from the 8s here. The infraction on Eleanor Corey of the Sharks gives Grace Hanlon an opportunity from the 8s. 2 minutes for the infraction. Hanlon scores! Immediately taking advantage and notching her 3rd goal of the game. Hanlon will come to the bench. Ruby Stedman replaces her. One of the freshman phenoms from the basketball team. 13-3 clock will run here now with a 10-goal advantage, and the Corey will remain in the box here despite the goal being scored. So held time here, 1:20 left on the man advantage, player advantage for the Whalers. .7:14 left here in the game. And the Whaler advantage is now 10 as the clock continues to run. Very impressive start to the season here for the Whalers girls lacrosse team. Boys are in action tomorrow. They are off island against a good Barnstable team, obviously a much bigger squad. Division I team, and always a tough matchup for the Whalers. Here's Grudzicki outrunning the Whalers defense. She is on the run and with a force, and will draw the whistle. She'll have a run from the 8s. No, too aggressive, they call. And it'll be Whalers with the ball. Weisentanner along the sideline, now makes a move towards the middle of the field, and she will clear it all by herself. Here's Rowan Paul. Whalers got numbers if they want him. Carly Ray off her stick. Oh, nice job by Damian. Whistled for an infraction, nearly the thievery. Long pass and intercepted at the midfield stripe as Madden Myers gets into the act on the offensive side of things, avoids a couple, and she'll look for a friend. And finds one. Quickly into play, here's Quinn Canty. Under 6 minutes to play here as the Whalers will move to 2-0, having a 10-goal advantage. Damian bumped, no call. Avoids one, spins out of another, and puts a low shot. Good defense by the Sharks to deny Damian a clean look. Definitely got bumped, but no call. Whalers retain possession, however. And good defensive pressure behind the net. That's number 20, Caroline Haddon. As the Whalers keep the pressure on, run in. Unable to get a shot off, but whistle stops play with 4:50 left in the game, and it'll be a run in on the 8s. Rowan Paul, number 20, with a tough angle here. Or maybe that's Stedman. Paul backs it out, and here's Carly Ray. Sends it over. Inside, tough shot. Benny scores! Louisa Benny notches her 4th goal of the game, and the Whalers continue to pour it on here now as they've scored 14 goals. It's 8 unanswered by the Whalers after the Monomoy Sharks cut the lead to 6-3. It has been all Nantucket as Dylan Damian gets a rest. Rowan Paul gets a rest. Quinn Canty now taking a seat. So Coach Kelly's able to go down the lineup here and get some others some game time experience. Rosie Sullivan in on the draw. Louisa Benny in the middle. And they're going to redo it. Nope, they give it to Grudzicki and the Sharks, and she just sprints ahead. Looking to make anything happen. Here's a chance. Shot. Bounces up above Douglas and finds the net. Grudzicki with her 3rd goal, a nifty goal indeed, as Douglas made the initial save, but the bouncing ball went up above, hits the crossbar, and goes in for the 4th goal, breaking again a 6-goal streak that the Whalers had scored, responding to a quick goal by the Sharks to begin the 3rd quarter. Now with just 2:30 left in the contest, it's still a 10-goal advantage. Speaking of advantages, Cape Tech now down 7-0. Our Whalers looking to make it 2 in a row. It's the top of the 5th as Grudzicki once again able to jar it loose, but called for the infraction, and the Whalers will move ahead on the attack. They could pretty much play keep away here for the next 2 minutes. As Katie Klatt, number 30, enters the game along with her sister Ashley Klatt, 36. So the Klatt sisters in on it. It'll be Monomoy on the run. Here's Grudzicki once again showing off her athletic skills, sprinting ahead. And passes it over to Long. Low shot. Oh, just by Douglas, who was there. But Abriel Long able to notch her second goal. But it will be too little too late for the Sharks, as the clock will now stop with the 9-goal advantage. I mean, if this game would have gone on a little bit longer, then Travis might have had to turn the lights on here. It's kind of dark here. As we get later on in the evening, he may have to do so for the JV game, which will take place right after this. But the rain held off just long enough for us and for the baseball team, as the Whalers will once again sweep here at home. Boys are up 7-0, and the Whalers in control, up 9 here with just 1:37 on the run. Good job by the Whalers. They have dominated the draw controls here. Abriel Long whistled for the infraction, and they will stop the clock as a card will come out on Abriel Long. Maybe a little bit of a frustration penalty there for the senior, as she wears one of the captain's colors. She'll be in for the remainder of the 1:23 left here in the game. As again, the Whalers now a player up, can pretty much play keep away here for the final 1:23, as they will move to 2-0. The Sharks will drop to 1-2 on the season and lose another league game. A good catch. Pass deflected. Good spin move there by number 6, Natalie Sims, another one of the tri-captains for the Sharks, as she looks to clear it. Tough pass, nice catch by Grudzicki, and she is now on the run. They're down a person, but Grudzicki loses it, gets it back, and she's just blasting her way. That's an offensive foul. Good call by the Stripes there, and here comes the Whalers back the other way. Under a minute to play. Maya Johnson on the run. And she will do the wise thing here and pull it back. Pass in front. Shot, scores! The Whalers go crazy. I don't have 45 on my roster. 45 is the number, but we'll have to find out who that score was by. But it was an excitable moment for the entire Whalers bench as they notch another one, and that will do it. The Whalers win 15-5, the final score. They were impressive offensively, more impressive on the defensive side of things. Ella Douglas, solid in net. Maya Johnson once again asserting her athleticism on the defensive side of things. The Whalers were led offensively by Dylan Damian and Louisa Benny. Damian had 5 goals, Louisa Benny with 4. Grace Hanlon had a hat trick. Rowan Paul scored 1, and the final goal scored by number 45 for the Whalers. I unfortunately don't have an official roster yet, so we'll throw somebody under the bus there for that. But congratulations to the Whalers. Again, Coach Kelly, win number 2. She's undefeated as a coach, so gotta love that. We'll be back at it again on Saturday morning. I'll be over on the softball fields with Sean Davis as we'll get our first look at those ladies. And the girls will be in action against the Vineyard. It's a Vineyard Saturday, so hopefully you can join us early. We'll be going off just short of 10 o'clock as the games will be early on Saturday morning. Hopefully you can join us. Once again, thanks very much, Sean Davis and the entire crew. The boys' final, actually they're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. They are up 7-0, so they're well on their way to win game number 3 for the baseball team. So Great start to the spring season, folks. Whalers Nation, we are underway here. Hopefully you enjoyed all of the festivities on the field. We'll see you again very soon here from both Vito Capizzo Stadium and the softball fields on Saturday. Have a great evening, Whalers Nation. Whalers win, final 15-5.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by MIAA, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MIAALaw.com to learn how MIAA can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.